Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share with you my most anticipated books for autumn. Honestly, I don't know where 2020 has gone, but let's not get into that. The books that I am including in this video today all come out between September and November. And as the title suggests, they are all of the books that I am most excited, most intrigued, most kind of interested to read over the next few months. As always, there's a mixture of popular fiction, memoirs and chick lit, which tend to be my main genres, I guess, of reading. And I have put them in chronological order, so we will have the most recently published first all the way through to kind of the latest in, which I believe is sort of the end of November. I will leave timestamps for each of the books in the description below, so if you're interested in one in particular you can just head straight there. Otherwise, let's get going. I've got a list of them here. Let's start with the first book, and that is A Girl Made of Air by Nydia. Nydia or Nadia? By Nydia, I'm going with Nydia, Hetherington. This book is giving me Night Circus vibes. If you've read that book, you'll know what I mean. I read that book ages ago and the story still stays with me now. It's something that I haven't been able to find in another book since. It was spellbinding, and I don't think I read many books that I could describe in that way. So I have high expectations for this book in living up to the Night Circus, or providing me with something along those lines. The story is about a girl, I believe called Mouse, cute, who becomes the greatest funambulist. Yep, I had to look that up too. Apparently it means, in layman's terms, tightrope walker. She becomes the greatest tightrope walker that ever lived. It's all about circus life, but it's also about that sort of grittier, darker side of the circus. I guess it's something quite different to what I would normally read, but like I said, if it is anything like the Night Circus, then you can definitely count me in. Number 2, Dear Reader by Cathy Retzenbrink. This is a memoir from the Sunday Times best-selling author of The Last Act of Love, which I must admit I haven't read. However, when I read the blurb of this book, I was like, that is definitely going on my TBR. This is being described as a must-read for book lovers, so I would definitely count myself as a book lover, hence why this is on my most anticipated books list. This book is an exploration of how books can change your life, how they can offer comfort and escape in hard times, as well as being an insight into the author's life as a bookseller. So all of this combined just makes me really want to read this book. There are memories of her childhood reads, so Enid Blyton, Narnia, Anne of Green Gables. I am there for all of that. This to me sounds like such a cozy read. Reading about someone who loves reading. I believe there are also loads of book recommendations from different readers, so I can imagine that my TBR pile, which is already pretty big, is gonna grow by reading this book. Number 3, Just Like You by Nick Hornby. Now, I am sure most people that are watching this video have read at least one book by Nick Hornby. He has written some great books, whether that be About a Boy, High Fidelity, How to Be Good. So I have higher expectations for this book, and I'm sure the world does as well. No pressure, Nick. This story is around a 42-year-old divorced mum of 2, Lucy, who finds herself dating a black 22-year-old babysitter. This is going to be a tale of relationship against all odds. It's set against a backdrop of the 2016 Brexit referendum, so I imagine there'll be kind of touches of politics in there as well. I think we can probably expect thoughtful observations of class, politics, race, age, but done in a very kind of light-hearted Nick Hornby way. Number 4, and I had to have some chick lit in there somewhere, didn't I? This is The Winter Garden by Heidi Swain. Now, I haven't read any of Heidi Swain's books. That might sound crazy because, and I totally agree, because her books sound right up my street, so I can't believe that I haven't read any of these so far. However, I'm going to put that right with this book. So this is a festive read. You might be a bit like me and not keen on reading anything Christmassy until, I mean, I've said in the past December, but that means that I can never get enough of my festive reads in. So I think this year I'm going to start in November. And this one will definitely be on the list. So the story is based around Freya. She is a living gardener on a beautiful Suffolk estate. Basically, she's living the dream. But when the owner of the estate dies, she finds herself without a job and obviously without anywhere to live. She manages to find a new job to create a winter garden that is to be open to the public at Christmas. She is welcomed by everyone in the village other than one guy, Finn, who's an artist, and unsurprisingly she needs to work with Finn. I love a festive cozy read and this definitely sounds like that. Okay, number 5 is Ghosts by Dolly Alderton. This is a debut novel from the best-selling author of Everything I Know About Love. I feel that Dolly Alderton is one of those sort of cool authors. I definitely would be happy to be seen reading a Dolly Alderton book. Nina is in her 30s. She is a successful food writer. She has loving family and friends and she has a nice new home. She meets Max, who on their first date tells her that he is going to marry her. Wowzers. Perfect timing, basically, because she's finding her 30s quite difficult. She's watching ex-boyfriends moving on, friendships are fading, basically everyone's moving to the suburbs. I'm sure we can all relate to this, and this is why I am anticipating this to be one of kind of the bigger books of 2020. I assume there'll be a lot of buzz around this. There already is. Just putting it out there now. I think this is going to be a very relatable and well-observed book. Number 6. This is Georgia Toffolo's debut novel, Meet Me in London. Now, for anyone who is a Made in Chelsea fan, this has got to be on your TBR. Toff from Made in Chelsea is her debut novel. I guess if you don't know her from Made in Chelsea, she is most recently known for being crowned Queen of the Jungle for I'm a Celebrity in 2017. Aspiring clothes designer Victoria spends her days working in a bar in Chelsea and her evenings designing vintage fashion, with the dream of opening her own boutique. However, down the road, a new department store is opening. So it looks like her dreams are under threat slightly. Now, the other main character in the book is Oliver. Oliver's new department store is behind schedule. And to make things worse, his interfering mum wants to meet his girlfriend. Now, his girlfriend doesn't exist. Now, I think we can probably put 2 and 2 together here and see what's going to happen. But I'm really intrigued to read this book. Finally, on my most anticipated book is Love in Lockdown by Chloe James. I must say, I was wondering how long it would be before a book came out that was based around lockdown romance. And here we are. We didn't have to wait long, did we? This is described as a book for fans of the flat share. Now, I haven't read that yet. It is on my Kindle, but I know how popular that book was. So I think that this could also create quite a buzz. And also, I don't know of any other books yet that have been released around lockdown. The book is about Sophia. She is afraid that lockdown is going to put her life on hold. Just when she was ready to put herself out there to find a man, lockdown began. We meet Jack. Jack is someone who lives life to the fullest, is always busy, and he is going crazy even just after a couple of days of isolating. He's out on his balcony and he hears a woman crying from the balcony below. Sophia and Jack strike up a conversation, and as lockdown progresses, they soon grow closer, despite actually never having seen one another. I would read this book now. I'm gutted that I have to wait until, so this is published on the 23rd of November. Can't wait to read that. I hope you enjoyed this different video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up below. Didn't do any of the thumbs up then. And if you're watching this and you haven't already subscribed, please do. All you have to do is press subscribe, or this little red button in one of these corners. Press the bell and you'll be notified when I next upload a video. Now, I am intending to read all of these books that are in my most anticipated books for autumn 2020. I will do a full review on them. So yeah, please subscribe in order to find out whether they do live up to the anticipation. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again back here next Sunday, where I will have another book review for you. Take care. Bye.